Hello everyone and welcome to our channel. So we're going to be looking at the energies around November 2025. And I have just finished filming the Taroscope shorts for November. And I started to see at least two cards that kept repeating. So when I'm doing the tarot scopes, I'm not just looking at the cards. I'm thinking what themes are repeating. And every month, themes repeat for each star sign. Each star sign will have an individual energy, but they'll also have things in common because we are a collective and we are all one. The two repeating cards were the Ace of Cups and the Hermit. Heart's desire, and deep thinker and the internal world. So I was sat there thinking, November is going to be a month where we really have to go within. And I think in order to connect to the heart, we are going to be required to go into stillness. In a world where many people, and this is ongoing for quite some time, want to be the loudest, the richest, the most seen, the most loved, the most followed, the most listened to, the most admired, we're going to be required to step into something different. And that's to step into the heart, but to step into the heart in a very deep way. And it feels as though the heart is going to be your safe space, a place where you can hope and wish and dream from, a place where you can create from, a place where you can be in harmony as well. I'm not talking about the heart as in like past relationships and heartbreak. I'm talking about the deeper heart, the deepest depths of your heart. And it's possibly a part of your heart that somehow society has encouraged you to shut down in order to be a producer, in order to be able to produce things, to be a buyer, to be part of the game plan. So we've switched this part of the heart down, but it's going to be time to get into it. The world will still be quite noisy, very noisy. There'll be a lot of illusion, a lot of delusion, a lot of noise and rat bag energy out there. There'll be a lot of people stepping on each other to get to high places. But it's a time to observe that and not sink into it. It's a time to think, you know what? How would I feel if that was me? We're going to continue to see more and more people outed on the world stage, rightly or wrongly. And a lot of these situations, there will be no resolution. Oh, there's a flash. I think it might be the washing on the line. There will be no resolution, no outcome. And this will fire people up. And again, it comes down to how would I feel? Being mindful of where our energy is going and no judgment around that because in each moment our energy can be siphoned off anywhere. Are these thoughts and feelings that I'm having the right ones for me? Are they healthy, whole, and balanced? We're also going to be seeing communication issues. Isn't November when we go into Mercury retrograde? I think so. Oh my goodness. So, has anybody started to really sense that weirdness of you having a conversation with someone and it's not making sense? Oh, they're listening to you. Well, they're not listening to you. We're having a conversation with someone. You're saying something very simple as, go put that in the cat basket. Eh? Go put that in the cat basket. You what? Go put that in the cat basket. They don't get it. And this is getting more and more triggering, and this is going to get more and more profound as we get into November with Mercury retrograde. Like literally, people choosing to hear what they want to hear, people manipulating your words, conversations breaking down, all of this crazy stuff that we do keep having. There's also the energy of naming and shaming. I've just We've just broached that, but naming and shaming, not just on the world stage, but within social media circles. I'm seeing it in all kinds of areas. The spiritual community, the art world, the book world, the film world, the pop world, naming and shaming, stepping on each other to get supremacy, undercutting each other, um, all kinds of things. And that's going to get more and more as people go into fear, as people step into lack, until people realize actually we all individually bring something unique to the table. I've said this before, you could have a class of 5 people that you've taught Reiki to. Each person will go off and do Reiki in a very different way with their own unique blueprint. And rather than fearing your competitors or looking at them as competitors, it's about understanding from a higher perspective that each person brings something unique, that there are billions of people on the planet that need something different. And you're going to see, I mean, I'm seeing it a lot. I'm seeing it a lot. And it's like, what are people doing? So being aware of people's agenda, why is this person talking crap about somebody else? It's for their own agenda. It's because they're going into fear because nobody's watching me, nobody's buying my services, and it's just it's ego, it's ego and narcissism as well. Also, as well, not allowing yourself to be played because there's a lot of playing energy. Like, literally, I'm getting the vision of someone coming on to say something that even they don't believe just because they know they're going to get hits for it. Okay. And this is well in your day to day life with the people around you. Money and attention grabbers, people going out there for attention and grabbing money, grabbing all kinds of things. It gives me the energy lately of when the pandemic was happening and everyone went out to steal, not steal, I hope not anyway, buy loads of toilet rolls and pasta. And we saw this real, some people say it was animalistic. I choose to say it was beastly energy of I want to be first. I want to be the one that gets the toilet rolls first. That's coming out again because as more and more of the false matrix collapses, that's going to bring out people's fight or flight energy. It's going to bring it out within the family dynamics because as families start to crumble and all of it, it's going to bring it out in relation to work, to business, to social media. Rather than people just showing up, being the creator, being part of life, they want to be top dog. So we're going to see a lot of top dog energy. We're also going to see a lot of fakery because people are going to be using fakery to get what they want. So be aware of that. And the rising of AI as well. So I mean, it's crazy. There was a video that's just come up onto my For You page, and it was the East Wing being knocked down and them coming out with a big wooden box of the Epstein files. And it was an AI video, but it looked so real. So there is a lot. So let's also have, these are the notes that I've made. So let's have a look again on camera at what November 2025 has to bring to the table. I'm seeing it as a swirling energy and it looks very much like the egg and the sperm. It is the month of creation, the month of rebirth. There are parasitic energies that want to take you away from that. So it's important in November to still keep on your path, to still keep being you, to keep showing up for yourself. It could be so easy to while away the hours looking at the external and losing yourself. Don't let the external contaminate you. There's a lot of deep, dark, and dangerous energies out there on the world stage, out and about in restaurants and supermarkets, all kinds of things. People doing some awful things, saying things, barging into people, and it can be really easy to let that energy in. Don't let them contaminate you. There's also a wave of souls that are getting ready to pass and a new wave that wants to come in. And this is going to continue to ramp up as we go through the ascension. See, like, I don't know whether it's a country or it's like a map, but this map you see it as a country, and then it goes off into three like cracks. Let's pull a card on that. I've got the Hermit again. The Hermit. Do you know what this is? It's as people's realities are cracking. People's fake realities, people's fake narratives are cracking. Everything they've invested in, I'm not just talking about money, I'm talking about the belief systems of people, the pedestals, all of it, are like literally cracking. And whilst this is happening, it's about being the hermit and observing, not going interfere with it. It can also be one of the reasons why there's many strange behaviors out there at the minute. Knight of Pentacles, also legacy. What am I going to be leaving behind? People are becoming more aware of death, of their mortality. And there's many reasons for that, but one of the main ones is up until now, really, we've been lived in a very material world, routine material and structure. And there's been an element of spirituality and religion on the planet, but for the vast majority of people, they've not really gone there. But all of a sudden, we're being forced to look at life and death in new ways. So that's really bringing up people's fear of death, people's fear of life as well, people's fear of what they're going to leave behind, what they're not going to leave behind. People realizing it's like the day of reckoning of past behaviors. Have I dealt with it yet? If I died today, what am I going to leave behind in my family? What legacy? And I'm not talking about the monetary, I'm talking about the memories. Even if it has been chaotic, say you have made mistakes, everybody makes mistakes. November is a time to start putting that right and being honest and open. So you could start seeing that in your own life. You will start to do that if you're on a path of evolution to start putting things right, explaining. I don't mean explaining yourself like having to tip your soul out for someone to beg them to see you. I just mean if you think, you know what, there was a time that I could have been better to call them around for a coffee and just chat to them. It's not about making excuses, it's about putting things right. November 2025 collective energies. November 2025 collective energies. We have much to be thankful for. We are birthed in the new age, the Four of Wands. It's a time to enjoy and embrace and celebrate. Celebrate in the breaking away of the old version of you. The version of you that is freer. You're not as rigid, you're not as controlled, you're not as easily triggered, easily manipulated. You're not, that's it, Seven of Swords at the bottom. You know, you're not living your life with strategy. You're living your life from love. You're not looking at life from strategy, one-upmanship. You're also not the victim of it. And even if you are the victim of it, even if somebody tries that, you're able to gently step back from it. You're stepping into your uniqueness and your fire. But this isn't the fire of rage at the world, which you've possibly been in. This is the fire of transmutation. It's you stepping into your creativity. It's you as a little girl or little boy wanting to be giddy and fun and climb trees and play in the sandpit, but being told you don't do that. You've got to be good. You know, what is it, seen and not heard? And all of a sudden you realise I can dye my hair pink. I can paint my walls electric blue. I can be who I want to be. I don't need to be restricted or placed in a box. The sun, explosion of energy. So it'll be interesting with the world stage because you'll possibly find there'll be more controversy. But away from it, there's this happening with people, with the collective consciousness. You know, when I said for October that there's an energy coming in, that if we don't alchemize it or struggle to ground it, we can become very ungrounded. And I think we've all honestly had those moments on various different levels. And I think it's important to own that. I think this is getting us ready for November when the big stuff happens. We've got success coming in. Standing out there with what you bring to the table. You know, there are many people at the minute with some great ideas and great ideas to be of service, but they're just not stepping forward with them because they're scared to be seen, they're scared to be laughed and judged. You are going to be laughed at and judged. You may be trolled. So what? Who gives a shit? Because for every troll you get, for everyone that wants a refund, or for everyone that don't want to buy you, or whatever, you'll get 10 more, 20 more people that love you. So this is about, you know what? I'm sick of all this fear. I'm sick of really giving a shit. Life's too short. I know I know I'm mortal. I know one day I'm going to die physically, but I'm immortal with energy. I'm not going to waste my life playing it small just to suit you. I'm not going to waste my life playing it small just because there's a part of me that's scared. Bullshit to that. And this is where we look at the devil energy. What's pulling your string? There is this energy, and it's been here a while. Sometimes the devil or the demonic frequency doesn't look like a horned figure. It can look like a big dirty burger. It can look like an affair. It can look like a night on the tiles with the girls, excuse me. Excuse me. A night on the tiles, let's have some water. A night on the tile with the girls. Look how big that is. It can look like sat all day watching the news. It can look like trolling. It can look like being a gossip. It can look like in all kinds of different ways. It can also look very sexy and alluring. Many people are losing themselves at this time because they're going into this fear devilish energy. I'll tell you something I'm noticing at the minute, and I wasn't going to talk about it, but I am going to talk about it. I watch YouTube and I listen to podcasts, and I'm always mindful of what I watch and what I listen to. But one of the things I'm noticing at the minute is this. The other day I was listening to a podcast, I was really into it. They were interviewing someone. And at the end, they've always asked questions, and I love that bit. Anyway, they asked this question, and I thought, that's a great question. Would love to hear the answer of it. All of a sudden, this rock music came on, and I thought, God, whoever's edited this podcast has messed up here because what's going on? Then they came back on, and they said, if you want to see the answer to the questions, join our Patreon. What? I've sat here for 1 hour, 15 minutes listening to a podcast, and the last 15 minutes you're putting on pay, and I'm seeing it with so much. I'm seeing it in so much. This really cunning, manipulative. I'm seeing it all over. I'm seeing it all. There was somebody I watched in the book world was kicking off that, I'm sick of doing free content on YouTube, so join my subscription. And I was like, I know how much people can earn on YouTube. You're not doing it for free. And again, it's this, you're watching a video and it finishes, and it's just, I don't know. It gives me the heebie-jeebies. It really does give me the heebie-jeebies. Um, this morning was watching a video, and it was them filming the calendar that they've just made on YouTube. And I thought, and I was actually sat there thinking, I've watched this video last year, and I know in a bit they're going to go through the pictures of the calendar. And I know that this year I want to buy this calendar because last year I saw the video too late and the calendar had gone. They filmed the video. It came to showing you the pictures of the calendar working through the 12 months. They went one, two, three. And if you want to see the rest of the pictures, join our Patreon. I was just like, you know what, I'm unsubscribing. I'm sorry. And it's this, or it's people undercutting people. It's this real going into fear, going into lack, going into competition. And, it's all down to you not knowing your worth and not really understanding what you bring to the table. Know what I mean? Was it the global predictions? I was talking about the book. I don't know why I'm talking about the book world and the global prediction video, but I did on the CTGT tarot page. And it's this. We've always talked about the corruption within the music industry and the movie industry, some aspects of it, but I'm seeing it more and more in the everyday influencer industry, where that person that sells flowers that you used to get joy from is now putting so much of her stuff behind a paywall, you can't get to it. Or you're halfway through a video and it cuts off and you've got to go, and it's sell, 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 sell. But it's coming from a place of fear. Um, I'm not saying that people can't have subscriptions. I'm just saying it's how it's done. There is somebody else that I follow, and she has a subscription service, but hers is like a craft club where she will do tutorials. So of course, yeah, if you're going to be doing a tutorial where they do crafting and she'll do a tutorial of, I don't know, a tapestry project that they'll work on, and yeah, charge for it. And it's a community thing. But if you're watching a video and halfway through it cuts out and you want to watch the ending, you've got to pay. I don't know. But anyway, I just thought I'd have a rant about that. It's weird, it's strange. And to be quite honest, it pollutes content and it pollutes what we're here for. Um, yeah, interesting times. Anyway, Page of Pentacles, staying in your center, staying in your balance. Not letting yourself be pulled out of balance as everyone else runs around like headless chickens, packs of hyenas. But whilst being able to see, you're not standing there going, I don't want to see the world. I don't want to see the world. You're able to see the world. You're able to see the shadow, but you're also able to see the light. One more card because of the illusion. So there's going to be more illusion. You're going to have situations within your life that you can't work out as more and more people crack up, as more and more people become aware of software within themselves that's not right. Um, so basic, and we can this can happen to all of us. We've all got a software, and upgrades are all about the software upgrading. But what can happen is, and what is happening is, many people are not upgrading, so their software is becoming. It's like, well, what are they on about? What are they doing? Behaving erratically. Then you put the telly on. It's like, what's going on? Then you go on social media. What's going on? So it's like, okay. It's very much like your phone. If you don't update your phone, it conks, basically. What comes after the Seven of Cups? How much energy am I going to give it? How much energy am I going to give this delusion and illusion? Am I going to argue in the comment section, or am I going to go, you know what, get on with it? If that's what you want to feel, if that's your comfort blanket, and you want to feel that, the argument at the dinner table, if that's what gives you your comfort, then fine. But I'm going to reserve my energy for me and my mission. What comes after? And we come to the Hanged Man, which was another card that came up in the taroscopes. So, the Hermit and the Hanged Man. Inward revolution to be able to flow through life. You don't need to sacrifice yourself. You don't need to sell your soul. You don't need to fake it till you make it. You don't need to pretend you're something you're not. You don't need to be all things to all people. You don't need to undercut yourself. You don't need to do all of this bullshitty stuff that's going on. You need to be you. Because that's another thing that's going on. People undercutting themselves. Undercutting others, undercutting themselves. Interesting. For example, I don't know. I'm going to paint you a copy of Picasso's painting if you pay me £5. Or I'm going to just give a. The other day I was listening to someone else, but I wasn't following them. And they said, I just want you to pay me for my costs. That's all. It's almost like then there's that. There's the go big or go home brigade that just want. Or it's just pay. I'll sit here all day and I'll make things. Just pay me for my. And it's like, no. If you're making something good, if you're creating something good, if you're creating a good project or a good healing modality, you need to be paid for that and recognized for it. So you're not worshipping yourself. You're not seeing your value. Another thing is, where people book a session in and you can have a session, a card reading, you can have this, you can have that, you can have the other. I'll read your share records, I'll clean your house, service your car, put your kids to bed, balance your chakras, do your full read for the next 20 years, £10. And it's like, no, that be mindful of that. Be mindful of that. Um, I'll tell you what, I've just been investing in some products because I used to be a bit like, I've got, like decent shampoos and stuff that I'm just starting to use and decent makeup and things. You can tell the difference. What's this? Confusion. You can tell the difference between something that's had a lot of thought put into it and a lot of research put into it, where you don't have to keep reapplying it throughout the day, to something that's just been thrown together that you buy for 99 pence. Do you know what I mean? And as I'm getting older, I'm learning that these bargain hotel rooms, when you get there, they're shit. If it's a bargain, are you really worth a bargain? Or are you worth more than a bargain? Um, God, God. Ooh, that's what I saw. That's what it looked like when I said it was like the sperm and the egg. Oh, war and peace. That's where we are. We're creating something new. That's the vision that I saw. God. That's the card of God. The card of creation in war and peace. Right. Oh, let's see if there's some key words for this God card. And like usual, it's not numbered. God. Literally. Right. Okay, I'm not going to read it then. Um, I don't need to read it. There are many little aspects that make you, many little sperm things, many little swirls of magic that make you. You're not just black, you're not just white. You're not just light, you're not just dark. There's many different aspects of you. And even in the dark aspects, there are many different aspects of dark. Some of it's deep, dark, and dangerous. Some of it's just a little dark. Even in your lightest, brightest aspects. So there's a lot to you, a lot of aspects. There's a lot of things you need from yourself and from the world. Each minute, each moment that you're alive and you're breathing, and even when you go into the other dimensions, you are creating something. You are a product of the God, the goddess. You are a product of the universe. If I said to you, and I keep being shown this, what if there was just one star that smashed into billions and trillions of little pieces and became souls to come to the planet? Then in that case, that person that we're trolling, that person that we're hating, judging, mocking, whatever, is actually an aspect of us. So after all we've said, what parts of us are being shown to us. I love these cards. War and Peace. You're going to see a lot of it in November. Parting of the deck. Somebody said to me the other day in the comments, why do you do parting of the deck? I just do. There's no reason I've never been taught it. I just think I'm going to have an urge to part the deck and see what card comes up. And little children, inner child and magic. And going into gentler, freer times. I was watching we like to watch um All Creatures Great and Small. I like the old one. And I also like the new one that we're recently watching. And I just love the simplicity of it, the innocence of it, the uncomplicatedness of it all, that way of living back then. Anyway, oh my God, that was a fest of information and chattering. Don't undersell yourself, but don't go into fear where you got to fake it till you make it. Be you. Don't be afraid of shining bright. Step into your heart. Don't reject your inner world, you hermit, and follow your heart's desire. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, share, and subscribe, and hype, and all of that good stuff. And if you want to see the end of this video, I want you to go to my Patreon. I'm only bullshitting you, but you can imagine it. Can you imagine it? Can you imagine some of the videos that we do? If we got to the crux of it and went, right, if you want to see the end of this video, you got to go over to Claire's Patreon. I'd get lynched if I did that, I reckon I'd get lynched. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.